हेलो गाइस, मैं हूं मसल राइडर और ये चैनल पे आपका फिर से एक बार स्वागत है। तो ये वीडियो मुझे कई दिनों से बनाना था। अभी फाइनली आई हैव डिसाइडेड टू मेक दिस वीडियो एंड दिस वीडियो इज़ 1 ईयर कंप्लीशन ओनरशिप रिव्यू और अराउंड 6,000-7,000 किलोमीटर्स ऑफ ओनरशिप रिव्यू ऑफ द 2019 फोर्ड फीगो टाइटेनियम डीजल। सो मुझे फोर्ड फीगो चलाते हुए ऑलमोस्ट 1.5 ईयर कंप्लीट हो चुका है। या without wasting much of time, we are straightly going to move into the topic. So let's start with the today's topic. So we have divided the basic video into 2 likes and dislikes, जो मुझे गाड़ी के likes है और जो dislikes है. So first of all we are going to discuss the likes of the car and then the dislikes of the car. Again I will be only discussing about the 2019 variant Ford Figo diesel titanium. I know Ford have made changes in the 2020 variant, but yeah, we are talking about the 2019 variant. So the first and most favorite part of this car is the engine. As you all know, this is the diesel engine, the 1.5 liter turbocharged diesel engine. I mean, the moment I drove this car for the test drive, I fell in love with this engine. There are few petrol cars in the market which has poor engine refinement than this diesel engine. Most important part, this diesel engine does not even get an insulation, and obviously this engine has lots and lots of torque and power on tap. I mean, compare it to any car in the same price range or even the higher price range for comparison, you won't find the same amount of torque and power which is given in the Ford Figo diesel. So this engine is mated to the turbocharger, and this turbocharger spools up at as low as 1,500 rpm, 2,000 rpm to all the way 3,500 rpm, and the red line is at 5,000 rpm. Obviously this is a diesel engine, so it won't rev as much as the petrol engine you can expect, but the torque on offer very massive and very strong. You can feel the surge of torque as soon as you press the gas pedal. There is no point revving this car at higher RPMs because obviously it is a diesel engine. It has all the torque and power at mid range and low range, so there is not much power and torque near the red line. Even when you rev closer to the rev limiter, it's totally refined diesel engine. Obviously it will throw lot of black smoke as soon as you open the throttle, but trust me guys, it's always a fun. I am guaranteed this will give you a wide smile on your face every time you open the throttle. So this is the best part of the car. So yeah, this was about the engine, power and torque and refinement we covered in this first point. Next, coming to the another like of this car is the steering and handling. Oh my god, the feel and feedback you get from the steering is great. I mean, Ford really knows how to make their cars fun to drive cars. I mean, seriously, this car is fun in the twisties. The turbocharger which spools at 1,500 rpm, the torque is readily available to boost you out of the corners. When you press the throttle, the steering is precise. You don't get an fancy stuff here, you don't get an flat bottom steering or anything, but the feel and feedback from this steering is something else, man, something else. I have driven Swift i20 and trust me, this steering is nothing compared to them. I mean, if you know the Ford Sierra, Ford Escort, Ford Focus RS, Fiesta ST, all the performance lineup, all the genes have passed into this car. It feels the same. Feels like it's a small version of this Ford Fiesta ST, and it even drives like one. Next up, coming to the brakes of the car. The brakes of the car, you get disc brakes at the front and drum brake at the rear. I still feel Ford could have given the option of all the disc brakes at the all 4 wheels, at least for the S variant, at least for the titanium blue variant. Then it could have been comparable with the Baleno RS. Like the Baleno RS gets all disc brakes at the all wheels. The braking performance of the Ford Figo is decent for its weight. Obviously it has an ABS, don't quote me on this. It even has an electronic brake distribution, so it will help you in the corners, I guess, if you brake hard in the corners. Then again, don't quote me for this. Then coming to the safety features, the top class safety features. As you know, the build quality of the Ford is very well made. Safety features like 6 airbags in the top model. For this price point, some of the cars in the same segment give only 2 airbags. You are getting a 6 airbags in the titanium blue variant. Fun, safety, all in one package. So we have covered the safety features and build quality. Coming to the suspension of the Ford Figo, suspension is really made for the comfort, but then again you will feel that if it is made for the comfort, then you will be compromising in the corners and you will be compromising on the performance of this car. But it's not like that. It is made for the comfort, but it is well compliant in the twisties also. That's why I said in the earlier point, the steering and handling is so much precise. If suspension wouldn't have supported, then the steering and handling wouldn't have been so much precise. But obviously if you are going on the rough stuff, then you might have to go easy on the Ford Figo, because the suspension is not made for the rough stuff. So this was about the suspension. So now coming to the infotainment system of the car. Infotainment system, steering mounted audio controls. Now the steering mounted controls, the audio controls which you get on the steering, are not very much fancy. They are very simple, but they are very functional. You get limited audio controls, but everything is covered in that. You obviously can mute, unmute, you can play, pause and skip to the next playlist, control the volume, etc. from the steering. And then coming to the infotainment system, the infotainment system is very much loaded, but it definitely misses out on the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. So that will be covered in the dislike of the car. Obviously the infotainment system is adequate. It has a Bluetooth connectivity. You can always pair your phone via Bluetooth connectivity. It has very good navigation. It has tons of settings to go through and adequate settings. It has navigation, radio, Bluetooth connectivity, aux connectivity, etc. So I will definitely say that the infotainment system is adequate for the car. And if you want to know more about the infotainment system, I have made a separate video on that. The video link will be appearing in the right top corner of the screen. So yeah, that is the video of the infotainment system. So now coming to the climate control and AC. So AC is very powerful, very well adequate, and it even has a climate control in the titanium and the titanium blue variant, at least for the 2019 variant. It gets a 12-volt charging socket, an aux and USB. We get the switches for the windows, the automatic windows. All 4 windows you can control from driver side, and each window individually you can control it from the co-passenger or the rear passenger side. This is the engine start stop button, which you only get on the titanium and the titanium blue version. So then coming to the affordable maintenance cost of the Ford Figo, I have made a very detailed video of the maintenance and service cost of. The link will be appearing in the right top corner of the screen on the I button. So click that link if you want to watch that video. I have even shared the cost of the spare parts in that video, which is needed for the servicing. Now coming to the smooth, slick gearbox. The gear shifts are very precise. You won't even feel like you are driving a diesel car. It's that much smooth and precise as the gear shifts are. The gear properly slots into the gear which you want to shift into, and the clutch. Then the clutch is very light in the traffic. For my height, the travel of the clutch is bit more, but then again this is my personal observation. Then coming to the visibility at the night and the day. The windows are wide. You can easily see at the corners when you are turning a car. There is no such obstacle in your way. When you are turning a car, visibility is very good. The headlights are very clear and very powerful, and it even has an headlight adjuster. And the titanium blue version gets an automatic headlamp. So these were all the positive points of the car. So now coming to the negative points of the car. So first negative point, the car doesn't get an LEDs. So the car doesn't get an LEDs, or even the projector lights are different. Now if we compare to the other cars, other cars in the same segment have obviously changed to the LEDs and the projectors. The Figo still continues to get an conventional halogen lamp. I obviously know the light throw is good, but still they should have considered changing it to the projectors or the LEDs from the factory itself. Now coming to the second negative point of the car, the dashboard. The dashboard look of the Ford Figo is very basic, especially the instrument console. The gauges are very basic looking gauges. They could have given the gauges from the Ford EcoSport at least. Now coming to the boot space. Now if we compare the boot space to the new rivals which are coming in the market, the boot space is a bit low compared to them. Now this again is not a very big concern. The boot space of the Figo is very decent. Coming to the wheels in the Ford Figo are again bit smaller to the cars which are in the same segment, and obviously the fact the Ford Figo gets much higher torque and power numbers as compared to other cars. So definitely it needs a wider rubber or even at least alloys. And the fact the titanium blue variant gets an 1-inch bigger alloys compared to my titanium version, the 2019 version, but still the Ford could have considered this. And now coming to the last negative point of the car, there is no Android Auto or Apple connectivity. Now obviously the cars in this segment, everyone gets an Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, but still considering the day and age and considering the competition, the Ford should have considered this. And these are again the very small negative points of the car. They don't have to make big changes to implement these small changes. Obviously if these changes are implemented in the car, this car can be unbeatable. Obviously it is unbeatable in the engine and power and torque figures, and if this features are considered, it will be more better than before. This was my observations in the past 1 year since I have been driving this car for around 6 or 7,000 kilometers. So this was my personal opinion, personal review, whatever you might say, this video. Hopefully this video was useful to you. And if you want to watch more videos on the Ford Figo, I have created a playlist. So yeah, I will meet you guys in the next vlog. Till then, ride safe and drive safe. Bye bye.